The girl was dumped by her boyfriend of 8 years. In order to save face, she found a random passerby and kissed her. The girl never dreamed that this move would make her a wealthy person. Kwatai wanted to kill the girl because this passerby was a billionaire, but in order not to be misunderstood that he was a scumbag, he had to hold the girl's hand and leave. The rich man accused him of causing him to lose his insurance in his later years, and wanted to sue him for compensation of 1 million yuan. The girl said that her monthly salary was only 300 yuan. The two argued for a long time and had no choice but to finally reach a deal. The girl pretended to be unmarried to him for 2 months and then found an opportunity to announce their breakup. The two signed the agreement that night. After the incident subsided, the rich man promised to give the girl a sum of money to help him fulfill his dream of studying abroad. The girl's condition is very simple. She pretends to be a fiancé and cannot touch a hair on my head during this period. In order to make the fiancé act more realistic, the rich man gave the girl a gold card and asked him to buy a diamond ring to show off. The girl came to the jewelry store and looked at it for a long time, and finally chose one as big as a sesame seed. It wasn't because she didn't have enough money in her card, but because she was used to being poor. After going back, he gave the ring to the rich man to look at. The man sighed, "You are wearing something. If others see it, I will be embarrassed by you." Very helpless, he had to take the girl for another trip. In the luxurious VIP suite, the clerk brought several trays of diamond rings, each one as big as an egg. The girl was stunned for a moment. The rich man asked him to choose one at random, but the girl said it didn't matter, they all looked the same anyway. The man had no choice but to personally get him the largest one, which actually had 8 diamonds on it. The girl looked unmoved, but she still couldn't help but laugh. On the other side, the rich man's mother was very surprised. Her son suddenly got engaged, and she didn't even know about it. She also asked someone to investigate the girl's details. It turns out that she is a flower seller. Although she is quite beautiful, she cannot even think about marrying my son. On this day, the rich man brought the girl back to his house. Not only did his house have a basketball court, but he also had dozens of horses in such a big swimming pool. The girl was shocked. He especially wanted to go over and play, but was rejected by the rich man. Because there are still troubles that have not been resolved, he said that he would take her to see her mother. You also complained to her that you didn't tell your mother-in-law in advance when you met her, and you didn't really want to get married. When they first met the rich man's mother, she was just arrogant and expressed her opposition to the marriage as soon as she opened her mouth. Although the girl didn't care, she was still curious. Then the mother-in-law spoke again, and the girl kept talking, accusing the rich man of ruining her dream, but the rich man looked as if nothing had happened in the face of their quarrel. The girl was so angry that she just told the truth. Only then did he realize that his son was not really getting married, and the war between the two women stopped. In the process of getting along with each other for 2 months, the rich man arranged for the girl to work in the company and gave him an office, but he did not treat him as one of his own. Just because the girl sat down before him, the rich man felt a little uncomfortable. Happy. I know coffee stories. The girl has lost her parents since she was a child, and her aunt brought her up. When I learned that my adopted daughter was suddenly engaged, I wanted her to take her boyfriend home for a meal. Although the rich man agreed to go back with him, he was busy with work all day and was completely disappointed about meeting his parents. That day, the girl came over to remind him. She called him several times but was mercilessly pushed away. The girl got angry and had to turn up her voice. As a man, he meant what he said. The employees on the side were all frightened. Usually the boss yells at us, but today someone finally treated him. The rich man was helpless and had to get up and follow him. But the assistant was gloating from the sidelines. As soon as he went out, he didn't give the girl a good look, saying that he was doing things without thinking, which made him very embarrassed. This time the girl didn't argue and took the initiative to admit her mistake. The girl's aunt had already prepared dinner for them in the yard of the girl's house, and they were chatting happily. The girl's 3 best friends were hiding aside, wanting to take a closer look at the legendary billionaire. After dinner, the girl took her to visit her home. Although the room is not big, it is neat and clean. The rich man praised their balcony for being quite unique, and the girl thanked her for her performance tonight, which dispelled her aunt's worries about her. The man said he was just acting, but his eyes showed flaws. The two met several times and they were always quarreling, but they made their lives rich and colorful. After calming down, both of them will miss each other unconsciously, especially on the day of their engagement party. The girl wore a yellow dress, which was so beautiful.